Joshua. Anthony, not Anthony. Anthony is the one that wants to force a move through to Manchester United. Anthony is the one that goes to war. This is not the radio's anchor, it's the boxing anchor. Anthony Joshua. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening from where?
Good evening, bro.
Good evening. What's your name?
My name is Double Chief, first time caller.
Your name is what?
Double Chief.
Double Chief, that's your government name. If you want to feel fun, it's Double Chief, you're right here.
Okay, which of you own now?
Stop, don't play with me, don't play with me.
All right. I'm rooting for Joshua, but Marseille has actually made my night. They've given me 57,000 this night. So, congratulations to Marseille and congratulations to me. But I wish Joshua all the best.
If you want to just help yourself, you just want to do everything, just go and put the money on Joshua to win.
Thank you, my brother. You don't do well. God bless you. God bless you. You try. You try.
This is not me advising you. This is me just trying to.
Okay. I know.
I'm just saying, you know.
I don't hear now.
Okay. No problem. Thank you very much.
Right.
Forget to record. Yes. 09040,889. 09041,889. The countdown is on. And of course, it is Usyk. It is Joshua. It is Usyk Joshua 2. We will be king tonight. Joshua, Usyk. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
This is man for Arsenal.
Okay. Sorry, did you say man for Arsenal?
Ima.
Okay, Ima. Ima, good evening.
I greet you, brother.
I greet you too.
After being calling, I thought.
And now you are here.
Nice. Yes. Yeah, I'm looking for Joshua anyway.
Nah, you don't have to.
Yeah. He's our own. That's what I thought. Please, what time is that?
The bout was slated definitively for 10 p.m., but the final undercard is going on right now. Once that undercard is over, then the main event will begin.
Okay. So let's say in 1 hour's time then.
No, less than an hour, don't worry. I don't think you should be up to an hour anymore. But we got you covered. Yes, we got you covered.
Okay. I don't want to leave him, I beg.
Don't.
Vicky, don't go.
He's still here, don't worry. Just stay glued to your radio set. The VQ the volcano. You see, when you have Victor the volcano, VQ the volcano, you have Joshua Chukunonsoike Okoli, who will be representing Anthony Joshua. You've got the double doctor, Kochi himself in Joshua's ring, in Joshua's corner. So you imagine the combination that AJ has got tonight. He's got Kochi in his corner. He's got Joshua in his corner. He's got VQ the volcano in his corner. He's got the eruption. He's got the whole nation. 2 nations to be precise. He's got a continent behind him as well. And of course, will he be king tonight? Hello, good evening. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Kendi. I'm from Ikorodu.
You're welcome, Kendi. Location not needed. Carry on.
Yeah. Sorry, Abby.
Go on.
For Joshua, the problem with Joshua is, I think that during his boxing education, he has missed 1 or 2 things. As a big man, the only thing you need to do when you're fighting someone like this is jab still. You can't jab anymore. Jab still. He doesn't know where his head is anymore. So you can't feel his head anymore. His head can't move anymore. That's what you need to do. You don't need to stand out box someone like I'm not going to beat someone like Usyk, but proper education, box education. that's one of the reasons why I respect the Fishcos. People always say they were boring, but they were effective and efficient. They did simple things. Before the smaller man, they jabbed his head off. Before the smaller man, they will give the guy a chance to get anywhere near them. To beat the hell out of the smaller guy. That's what he's trying to do. Go in there, don't stories. Don't be a nice guy. Be brutal. Don't be a nice guy. But if you get a chance for knockout, do it. No show for the fans. Don't do that. Stay in there. Time to try and effort for you be. There's no second right now. Very, very difficult for him to be chance on the game. What is it like? Statement. Go in there, jab. You have a chance to knock him out. And when you get a chance to knock him out, this is one of the reasons why I like Wilder. People might say Wilder is that. Only Fury has been knocked out by Wilder and dog. Wilder is a machine. He finds that punch and it beats you and you're down. That's what I just trying to do. Find the killer punch. Find this guy, jab him and jab him. Once his guards are down, give him that punch and let him go down. Again and again till you win. The way he did with Lewis. This time, I think he's a better boxer than Lewis. He's not going to give you an inch. You're not going to box ever. I watched some of his cruiserweight match against Tony Bellew where he knocked out Tony Bellew to the ring. I'm not going to box Usyk. What you need to do is get in there, jab him and jab and win by points. End of story. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much right there. Well, of course, opinions, views, support. You are not going to outbox him. Go in, jab out, win the fight. The Double Doctor's analyzed, giving you everything you need. You remember that thing we used to read when we were preparing for final exams in secondary school? I mean, they were just like they were just all small, tiny books like this, and they'd have like a lot of stuff inside them. They had a lot of points inside them. Virtually your 6 years of secondary school will be summarized in points. They were small and thick. You would finish all those things and you would go into your WAEC confident. Exactly something similar was what the Double Doctor did. I mean, just prepared you for this fight. So when you get to the fight and you start, of course, to follow the fight right here on Sports Radio, well, the Double Doctor will once again be here. And you would definitely have picked, once he's analyzing the fight, you definitely begin to pick some of the things that he has said a priori. So hopefully you listen to them when we play them back multiple times, so that you can be able to, you know what? But hey, we'll take a listen once again to Anthony Joshua, and then we will speak to Joshua Chukunonso. Then, yes, you see the two Joshuas. See whether this one is prepared. At least he's not getting punched on the jaw tonight. He won't take punches to the chin. He won't be having to guide his face and stay at alert. And yes, VQ the Volcano will be here as well. This is Sports Radio. The action continues. Don't touch it.
Every day.
Identify your station.
88.9 Brila FM.
I always say, for me personally, face-offs don't mean nothing. Just about the bell ringing and us throwing lever, really. Face-offs don't win fights.
Obviously, so much talk about his weight. He's there or thereabouts. I think you're just about 4 pounds heavier. And does that change your sort of approach at all? Were you preparing for a heavier Usyk, or you just got all eyes on your game plan and what you're doing?
I'll be honest, all this stuff don't matter, just about the fight. Real talk. All this stuff, weight, face-offs, none of it matters to me. Just looking forward to the fight.
Okay, your final thoughts then. You will have imagined that fight. You will have visualised that fight. How does that fight go?
Just ready for 12 rounds, 100%. 100% ready for 12 rounds, and anything short of that is a bonus.
It's been very difficult the last few months for him. For all of you, how pleased is he that fight night is now here?
Було досить складно останні кілька місяців. Наскільки ти задоволений, що бій вже зовсім незабаром?
Я дуже задоволений, що бій зовсім незабаром. І це дуже гарно.
I'm very pleased that I'm going to fight very soon, and I feel happy about that.
Has it been difficult to focus on boxing at any time the last few months?
Чи було складно зосередитись на боксі останні кілька місяців?
Ну, я це зробив.
But I did it.
How much did he learn from that first fight with Anthony Joshua? How much did he learn about Anthony Joshua in that first fight?
Як багато ти вивчив про Ентоні Джошуа в першому поєдинку?
Я за ним 10 років спостерігаю.
I've been watching him for 10 years already.
Okay, he's keeping his cards close to his chest, which is understandable. Just one final one. Everybody in Ukraine is going to be able to watch this fight for free, which is fantastic. How pleased is he that that's the situation?
Будь-хто в Україні зараз зможе дивитися цей бій безкоштовно. Наскільки ти цим задоволений?
Дуже задоволений. Слава Богу за це. Ми всі над цим попрацювали.
I'm very pleased about that. Thanks God for everything. We all worked hard on it.
Okay, thanks very much. You made me work hard there, but that's no problem. Best of luck on the night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, DJ Drogba.
Hello, this is Haile Gebrselassie.
Hi, I'm Michael Essien midfielder.
My name is Jeremy Mikel. My name is Danny Jordan.
My name is Peter Rufai.
My name is Kolo Toure. Hi, my name is Thiago Rangira.
Hi, sports fans. My name is Victor Moses. My name is Lightning Bolt.
I'm Joseph Yobo.
My name is Austin Jeju Okocha.
This is David Dean, former Vice Chairman of Arsenal and Football Association. We're on 88.9 Brila FM.
We're reaching out to bring the big names to you. Sports Radio 88.9 Brila FM. There's nothing like it.
It all kicks off right here.
Well, of course, still Sports Radio Brila FM. You already heard from Joshua and Usyk, Oleksandr and Anthony. Now let's hear from Joshua, the one, not the one in Saudi Arabia, but the one here. The one in Saudi Arabia has got $35 million in his kitty, regardless of whether he wins the bout or not. The one here is looking to get $35 million in his kitty, hopefully, maybe sometime soon. But hey, Joshua Chukunonzoikyo is here. Josh, fight night.
Definitely fight night, because after our own Anthony Joshua, hopefully, we hope he gets the victory, gets his title back, and perhaps goes for the unification bout with Tyson Fury. We also have another Nigerian defending his pound-for-pound crown, #1 MMA star in the world, welterweight king, undefeated in the UFC, Kamaru Usman, also will be representing the green, white, green later on in the early hours of tomorrow. So definitely, it's fight night. It's a night of blood. It's a night of courage. It's a night of confidence. It's a night of knockouts, and it's definitely going to be a night of victory for our boys. Usyk, Joshua to the rage on the Red Sea. The King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah is a home that has hosted lots of combat sporting events, boxing, mixed martial arts, pro wrestling, and it is going to be the home of AJ versus Usyk for the second time coming. The Ring Magazine World Heavyweight title vacant because of Tyson Fury and his shenanigans. If he's retiring, is he not retiring? He's still the WBC champion, but the Ring Magazine said, no, you said you're retiring, so we're going to give it to the winner of this bout. Let's see who cuts home with the rest of the heavyweight division prize jewels. Usyk, undefeated, one of a few men, just like Evander Holyfield, to have won world titles in the cruiserweight division and the heavyweight division, wants to make sure that he is no longer overlooked because of his small stature or his small size. He's going in against AJ this time around as the favorite, having outboxed him in the first fight at the new sports stadium, the place where the Tottenham Hotspur won 1-0 today, earlier on in the Premier League. But this time around, AJ is going to see how he's going to counter the evasive speed of Usyk. AJ, this time around, needs to impose himself, impose his stance, impose his weight advantage, his height advantage, his reach advantage. AJ needs to show that, hey, you were king in the cruiserweight. You beat me the first time around, but I failed Vladimir Klitschko. I sent him to retirement. I humbled Dylan White twice. I beat Kubra Pulev. I humbled Alexander Povetkin. I have fought the A-listers in the division. You're just coming. You are just coming to the heavyweight division. Yes, you beat me the first time around, but this time, AJ needs to impose his will on the champion and collect his belt and become a 3-time heavyweight champion, joining the likes of Lennox Lewis and the great Muhammad Ali.
Well, of course, if we go by the Joshua here, then we should think the Joshua there should be able to get it over the line. 09040,889, 09041,889. Will Anthony Joshua be King Kong? Nigel Conor Benn believes so. Nigel, the WBA Continental Heavyweight title holder. He actually believes AJ will impose himself early in the fight. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening from
My name is Femi.
You're welcome, Femi.
Please, what is the cause of Sazulu?
Don't worry. You will get the scores of no list of 0. You'll get the one for Kitana. And of course you'll get for Lukang as well. We are counting down. World heavyweight title fight. Anthony Joshua, Oleksandr Usyk. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from where?
Yeah. Please,
what's your name?
My name is Yakub.
You're welcome.
My name is Yakub.
You're welcome.
Yeah. First time caller.
Okay, you're welcome, Yakub.
Please, you mention one lady named something Ali. She is a daughter to Muhammad Ali?
No. She's a British Somali boxer.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Right there. It's Ramla, not Layla. Ramla Ali. Let's let you know that 86 minutes on the clock at the Bangabala Idoth and Celta a 4-1 down to Real Madrid. But hey, we're still previewing the big one. We are no longer far away from the big fight. Anthony Joshua, AJ Usyk 2. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
MD1.
Good evening from where?
Good evening, Unzibede talk.
I greet you as well.
Unzibede talk.
Oh, you're welcome, Unzubi.
MJ Joshua, do have to look that guy. Whatever that guy couldn't be like this likely. Because if you go according to the odds itself, you see the safe. Now get the higher point to the title today. But Joshua, pretty making just get that half to punch shadow. Making not go there, go form Toyota, go form Porsche this. May go there, go do it. Because now pressure is on him. Nothing, you see, there's nothing to lose. You understand? So, I mean, I did it back home. I do sure I understand that. Agree to good night.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Nzube. Right there for getting on board. The final undercard fight is over, and now we are preparing and ready for the main event. Let's let you know, Eden Hazard did not score from the spot. Real Madrid still lead 4-1 though. The main event. Usyk Joshua. Hello, good evening. Hello?
Hello?
Good evening from moi. What's your name? Okay, go on, real one. The noise is too much. Real one, the noise on that side. It's like you want to deafen us, and by virtue of extension, deafening the listeners as well. Celta down to 10 men. Renato Tapia was sent off. Filip Rogovic, yes, indeed, he got the big one there. He won by unanimous decision against Ji Lei Jiang. So, hey, good sign for AJ. Hello, good evening.
Good morning.
Good evening from moi.
Yeah, good evening, all of them.
Yes.
Yes, for my own take, this match.
What's your name? What's your name?
Sorry, my name is Franklin, first time.
Okay, welcome, Franklin.
Yeah, for my own take for this match, I see the fear because the first match, nothing happened for the first match, see the fair meal. But for the all of this, I wish AJ all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well for getting on board this evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening from moi.
Yes.
What's your name? Are you there? Okay, try to get back in. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, bonsoir, LG.
Yeah, bonsoir, ça va très bien, et vous?
Ça va très bien, je m'appelle Monsieur Carlos.
Hey, Carlos, how are you doing?
Yeah, ton ami.
Carry
well,
on.
I'm fine.
Carry on, Carlos.
Yes, I have watched the Joshua and Usyk first fight. I watched it on YouTube. I don't know why people are afraid. Joshua does not take fights so serious. He has advantage. That guy shouldn't have won him, even though it was on point. I think Joshua is going to demolish him tonight. That one I'm very, very sure. Because he has the height, he has the power, he has the reach. He can just push him aside. Let him go and watch some of the fights of Muhammad Ali. Even if he cannot, if he can take enough, because that guy will just be running, just trying to avoid him. Because if Joshua should face him squarely, I think Joshua has a very big chance to beat him.
Carlos, can I ask you a question?
Yeah? Yes.
You have heard of la theorie du danger?
Who?
Have you heard of the theory of danger?
Oui.
You've heard of the theory of danger?
I've not. I know about it. I've not heard about it.
Okay, you know of the theory of danger. C'est quand ce n'est tout est en danger, tout n'est pas en danger. It is when you know you are in danger that you know you are no longer in danger.
Danger, yeah.
So you think that theory will work tonight for Anthony Joshua because he knows he's in danger.
Well, if you say he's in danger, he has gone through that route before when we've beat him. I think we've beat him better than this one. This one was a unanimous decision. I don't think it will be any danger for him. We should just face him squarely and collect his titles back and then wait for whatever happens. I don't think there's any cause for alarm. I am very sure that he would beat. If it was somebody like Fury, I don't think Joshua can try that one. That one kill him. And if it's Deontay Wilder too, he doesn't have much chance. He has some. But this one, he would beat him. He's a very small man, man. The man is not even a heavyweight. Small is somebody. So I am very sure that Joshua will take the game.
Okay.
When is the fight fighting? Which?
The undercards have just been concluded, so that's the main event we're waiting for.
So what's the actual time?
There's
an hour time?
It was listed as 10 p.m. But the undercards just finished. So the undercards just finished.
Waiting for it.
Yes, indeed. We're waiting for that one there. Yes, indeed. Let's let you know, of course, in case you're also wondering, ICYMI, that's in case you missed it. Celta de Vigo, they are 4-1 down to Real Madrid, and it's in the 93rd minute. 3 minutes of added time in that particular part of town. But of course, I'd go to the Joshua in the studio, not the one in Saudi Arabia. The Joshua in the studio. What does AJ have to do to win this fight, in your own opinion?
Maintain his composure. Concentrate on only what was planned in the training camp. Do not change your tactics. Do not be flustered. Do not succumb to pressure when you are being against the ropes. Maintain your composure. Maintain your stance. Maintain your original game plan. Just like how we did against Andy Ruiz. We've wobbled in, gave him the punches, went back. You could probably say he was parking the bus, or he was doing a Floyd Mayweather masterclass. But if that is what, I do not know what Garcia planned in their training camp. But if I'm AJ, if I'm Anthony Joshua, I'm just going to go there, bubble in, bubble out, make sure that I get the victory. I do not need to stress and try and play Usyk's game, because I think that's what he tried to do in the first fight. I think he tried to box. He tried to outbox Usyk. He tried to play Usyk's game instead of playing his own game. If I'm Anthony Joshua, I'm going to come there and I'm going to impose my will. I'm not Garcia. I'm not the man who flew all the way from America to join his training camp to take Anthony Joshua to the next level. I'm not the guy, so I wasn't there. But if I was his coach, I would tell him to impose his will on Usyk. I would tell him not to forget. Because sometimes when these fighters go there, yes, they are used to the bright lights. Yes, they are used to the noise. Yes, they are used to the pressure. Yes, they are used to the intensity. But sometimes when they get there, when they get pegged back, when they receive a punch, sometimes they could forget their original plan, their original game plan. And for Anthony Joshua, it's all about him maintaining his original game plan. And I hope his game plan is about imposing himself against Oleksandr Usyk. Yes, Usyk is fast. Yes, Usyk is pacey. But he needs to slow the pace and make it all about AJ, not boxing to Usyk's strengths.
Yes, indeed. Oleksandr Usyk and Anthony Joshua. The second fight, the rematch. Will he reclaim the belts? Will Usyk retain the belts? Hey, let's let you know that Real Madrid have won 4-1 against Celta de Vigo. Karim Benzema, Valverde, Vini Jr. and Modric with the goals in that particular one. So yes, all 3 points for the Merengue. They continue their 100% start to the new season, even without Cassie. No Cassie, no problem. No case, no problem. But hey, that's the situation there. But now, time to focus on the situation here. 090 40,889, 090 41,889. Who emerges, of course, tops. Hello.
Hello, Vicky Vicano.
Yeah, good evening from
Good evening. Anna, what's up?
Yes, what's your name?
It's Innocent calling for Sweden.
You're welcome, Innocent.
He said Haga didn't score for the penalty spot. Did he miss a penalty?
Yes, he did.
Oh, wow. So I'm looking to that AJ fight. I hope he wins.
Okay, no problem.
I support him. I support him tonight.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much right there for getting on board. The countdown is on. AJ versus Usyk. so much in terms of... Tony Bellew says AJ by knockout between rounds 4 and 7. Tony Bellew. He's lost to Usyk before. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
This is Ikechukwu on the line.
You're welcome, Ikechukwu.
Okay, see, Joshua will win the match. There is no two ways about it. I am telling you he will win. You know what is at stake. I wish him good luck.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. He says he knows what is at stake. We don't need to tell you what is at stake, Joshua. You know what is at stake. Go on and win the fight. Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Good.
Good evening, Fremont.
Well done. I know which channel I will show this boxing
Sports
for DSTV.
Sports Radio Brila FM is going to be taking you closer to the action. How am I supposed to know that? That's why you're tuned in here. I'll advise you to stay tuned because obviously you've got the full package. VQ the Volcano, Joshua A.K. Okoli, the double doctor himself. They'll all be here. And of course you'll get the reaction. Analysis, top notch. Of course, for the rage on the Red Sea. Who will survive the rage on the Red Sea? Hello? Hello, are you there? Try to get back in. 09040,889, 09041,889. Try get him back in. Well, of course, hello, good evening. Okay. Hello, good evening.
Okay.
Yes, good evening from
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. This is Oscar calling.
You're welcome, Oscar.
Yes. You know, the guy was asking which channel is showing it because we all don't know the channel that is showing. Even me, I'm searching my TV. I cannot find the channel that is showing the AJ versus Usyk match. So as we are listening to you, we would like to be watching it as well. That's why the guy was asking. Even me, as I'm lying down, I've been searching to know the channel. I cannot find it. Even the Sky Sport, they are just doing an advert. You know, we cannot find it on our DSTV channels. So please, we will appreciate if you can tell us the exact channel they are showing it, please, AJ, please.
We'll take a listen to what Joshua has to say. We'll take a listen, of course, once again. For those of you perhaps who might be missing it. But hey, let's let you know. Oleksandr Usyk out of Simferopol in Ukraine against Anthony Joshua out of Watford from the United Kingdom. Usyk at 35 years. AJ 32 years of age. Usyk unbeaten 19-0-0. Carrying it from the cruiserweight. AJ 24-2-0. 13 knockouts for Usyk, 22 for AJ. 156 rounds boxed by Usyk, 223 rounds boxed by AJ. AJ is the taller man, 6'6". Usyk 6'3". Usyk coming in weighing at his heaviest, 221.5 pounds. AJ, 244.5 pounds. What about the reach? Joshua has got a slightly longer reach than Usyk. 82 inches for Joshua. 78 inches for Usyk in terms of the reach. And for those who are wondering, in case you don't know their stances, one is southpaw, the other is orthodox. You know who our man is. You know our man's style. And you know what Usyk's style is. For those who don't know, AJ comes in 4.5 pounds heavier than he was in the bout last year. Well, of course, that's an interesting one as well in terms of perspectives to the bout. The influence it would have on the bout. Hey, of course, big night for the man out of Watford. Bigger night for him. Big night for the man out of Simferopol. He says he's fighting for his nation. Bigger night for the man out of Watford. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
This is Fire Daily from Oleksandr too.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, thank you. And please, about the answer that you say he lost a penalty. How did he lose it? Did the goalkeeper was the goalkeeper on target or he blew it away?
The goalkeeper saved it.
Okay, goalkeeper saved it.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Right there for getting through. That's by the way now. That's by the roadside. Right now, it's from the King Abdullah Stadium in Saudi Arabia. Rage on the Red Sea. Yes, indeed, it is about to go down. Usyk Joshua, the challenger against the champion. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
From moi.
Good evening from moi.
Yeah, are you the only one in the studio?
I've got Josh, I've got Vicky the Volcano here.
Volcano, yeah. I greet everyone there.
I greet you too.
From moi, you said one is Orthodox, one is Southpaw. Is it Usyk that is Southpaw?
100%. You know who I'm.
That's Southpaw. That's Southpaw. They try you. But I just wish our guy the very best to FJ. I wanted to call you AJ, sir.
I know you were trying to rhyme.
FJ, so because of that, AJ will win today. I beg, please. So I'm begging him.
For his own sake.
I'm begging because if he lose today, FJ, that's the end, though. Let me not say it's the end, but it will be very bad if the guy fails to win today. I'm listening to you. I'm with you, Sha.
Yes, no problem. Thank you very much. Right there for getting through. Yes, indeed. 09040,889. 09041,889. The number to call to be part of the conversation. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, wonderful evening to you, FJ.
Yes, good evening. Wonderful evening to you as well.
Yeah, wonderful evening to Josh Ikeo.
Yeah, good evening.
How you doing? It's been a while.
Yes, it is. It's actually been a while.
Yeah. See Josh himself.
He's here as well.
Yeah. My name is Smith Jones. Yeah, how you doing, boss?
I'm doing good. Welcome.
Yeah, my name is Steven John. For FJ, I'll be AJ Jare.
Okay, no problem.
AJ. For AJ, we are tipping him. We got his back and he knows his career is at stake here. So the odds favor him to win this bout. So I'm very, very, very optimistic that he will win. Very, very optimistic. You know, in recent time he has developed, I don't know, sometimes I don't feel like he's doing it on purpose just so he can make money for himself. I don't know how true is that, my own thought. But I feel in recent times he going to about get to lose, look forward to round 2, I mean for part 2, just so money can come out. Remember the Ruiz, the same thing, he lost first and then came back, and then which other bout again, same thing, and now again. So I don't know, more money, and his career is dwindling though, but this particular one is going to win it for sure. And also Kamar Usman, I'm wishing him the best against what's his name again? I forgot it. So
Leon Edwards. Leon Edwards. That's also a rematch.
Yes. Edwards too. Yeah. 7 years ago. Wow. So he's going to do it again this time around. So kudos, all the best to our Nigerian
brothers.
Boxer, yeah. So all the best. They will deliver, certainly, particularly AJ. Certainly.
Okay. Thank you very much right there for getting through. One said, I go soon beat person picking again. Another one said, Loco. You should have an idea. 2 different personalities. One said, I go soon beat person picking again.
19th, 2015. That was Usman's seventh MMA win, 6th in the UFC, and phenomenal performance for him so far. Second, I beg your pardon, in the UFC, 7th MMA career win, and right now, Leon Edwards has clawed. He has run around the whole welterweight division for a chance at a rematch. Usman wants to beat Person Peking again.
Will Anthony Joshua beat Person Peking tonight? Well, of course, he definitely has to do that to have a chance of getting his belts back. Because he has to get his belts back. Heavyweight legend Evander Holyfield says he's not surprised Joshua's the underdog. But the fact of the matter is they know they're fighting a little guy. And he says that Usyk knows that, and that's what he does. He dodges all the time. He says if Joshua goes for a big shot, it will probably be hard. But Usyk has a good defense. Usyk moves really well. Holyfield says if you're going to bet your money on anything, you have to bet on that little guy that can dodge very well. Joe Joyce also says the same thing. Joe Joyce is a heavyweight. He says, I'd say Usyk will win again, but I'm not going to write off AJ. So, hey, you see where it's going? Although Joe Joyce believes that AJ has a puncher's chance. The Double Doctor, of course, has given us an expose on what the puncher's chance is. In case you're wondering what is, stay tuned. He's going to join us as well, as far as this fight is concerned. 090-40,889, 090-41,889, the number to call to be part of the conversation. Hello.
Hello, FJ. Good evening.
Good evening.
Josh, my man. Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Vicky. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right. I'm Gabriel.
Go on, Gabriel.
Wow. I'm standing solidly behind AJ. He will reclaim his title by the grace of God. And I'm wondering, those who are predicting that Usyk will win, even Nigerians, what are they actually up for? Are they really
perspectives. You can't hold someone to ransom on his
or perhaps they there's this thing when you expect for the worst but pray for the best. So perhaps some people are already like, okay, let them not be heartbroken or be hurt if AJ loses. So they're like, okay, he will lose. Then if he wins, they will now rejoice. So it's a defense mechanism that humans normally use. But we definitely do hope that our Nigerian brother reclaims his belts for a third time.
Audley Harrison, he says, stay cool. A ring is a ring. Cut out all the noise. Focus on the job. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
What's your name?
I'm Friday. Okay. I'm Friday. Okay. I had a dream last night flying the Nigeria flag. I strongly believe Joshua is going to win.
I hope your dreams always.
And I will call back. Yes. For my life, I've not dreamed flying Nigerian color before. But this time, I believe strongly it's going to happen. Okay. Even the far corners, the same thing. They are going to fly this color.
Okay, Joseph. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joseph. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Yes, good evening.
Oui, allô. Bonsoir, monsieur.
Yeah, bonsoir. Comment ça va?
Ouais, je vais bien. Je crois que vous parlez très bien le français. Hein? C'est cool. Hein?
Oh, please don't let's speak French. We are going to lose every other person. This is an English radio station.
Okay, my name is Israel Bankolin.
Sorry?
My name is Israel.
Okay, you're welcome, Israel. How are you doing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm good. I wish they did the best. To win this fight, he needs to change his approach. He can't outbox guy, which you tried in the first bout, he lost. And this time around, this guy fought with, I think his first heavyweight fight was against Derek Chisora, and the scrap took all his punches and went within to the round 12, and he couldn't knock down Derek Chisora. So if what AJ needs to just knock this guy out, because AJ cannot box. It shows that AJ cannot box 12 rounds. And I can't remember the last time he boxed up to 10, 11 rounds. So I think AJ with this guy fight like Tyson Fury, AJ needs to just look for a way to come inside and see how we can box him at least. If AJ can hit him with the right hand 2 or 3 times, the guy will get tired and AJ will finish it. So AJ needs to come inside. You don't need to fight just one fight. You need to be tough like that, like with Derek Chisora for this guy. Come close to him. Don't give him space to throw those jabs. And one thing AJ mistake he made last time. This guy was coming to AJ's left. It was deliberate. It was moving towards AJ's left, and AJ couldn't figure out this guy is coming from my left.
Hey, are you there, Israel? Okay, try to get back in. Robert Garcia, AJ's trainer in this fight, has been in the corner 14 times for those who are looking to claim a belt. All 14 occasions, those boxers have gone on to clinch the belt. Will AJ make it 15? Robert Garcia has a pretty healthy record. Audley Harrison is behind AJ. Lawrence Okolie is behind AJ. Lennox Lewis is behind AJ. Tony Bailey is behind AJ. Say go for the win. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from moi. What's your name?
This is Paul.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm behind AJ. I wish you the good luck.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, we see. Thank you for the good one.
Thank you very much right there for getting through. Anthony Joshua, Oleksandr Usyk. The rematch, Rage on the Red Sea. Who will survive the Rage on the Red Sea? Who will get drowned on the Red Sea? Because you know what happens when there's rage on the Red Sea. Hello.
Hello, Eddie.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
Josh.
Yeah, good evening.
I do too.
We greet you.
Yeah, Eddie, before I contribute, I want to ask a question. Is there any law that says that because you are a Nigerian, you must support a Nigerian? Is there a law like that?
No.
Thank you. So, I don't know. We have to get rid of this mindset. Anyway, having said that, you should win.
Okay.
You win.
Okay.
And I'll give you my reason.
Okay.
I followed the first fight. It's not about having physical strokes or having whatever. Boxing is more about technical. So, if you see how Usyk, that is leg dancer. I don't know whether you call it a leg dancer. It's Brenda dance. I mean, very, very, very technical to me. And if the Joshua can, I'm not really out of it. He's a good boxer as well. But then, we say we are as good as your last game. The reason why we are saying Liverpool and Man City will run away with that is because what they are doing in the past, not because what they are doing now. So, people that are saying you see, most of them, or most of us, not because we hate Joshua, because judging from the last game, unless Joshua comes up with another thing now, we can say, okay. But for now, And people keep on mentioning Andy Ruiz. See, that something happened before does not mean that it will happen again. And it's not like Usyk is not training. It's not like Usyk does not. If you are talking about Joshua knowing or having all the knowing what he means to defend the belt, I want to tell you that Usyk knows what it means to defend a country, especially in this situation they are. So there are contrasting emotional, what they call it, emotional situation exactly regarding two of them. So, but for me, this is the win.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very
much. Victor is my name anyway.
Victor is your name. Okay, no problem. There's one Victor here as well. Cause a number. How can you thinking that equal good will giving you a good soup? If you are doing your best and you are trying your best. Sometimes your best is not enough. And sometimes if you like bugs and bugs your best, it might not be enough. Well, of course, VQ the Volcano, VQ the Began was the number. Good evening.
Yeah, FJ, thank you. And live action reaction is on now. Both guys, of course, have got to give it a go. And whatever we said before now may no longer count for anything if the guys are not living up to the expectations in terms of what we expected to see in the fight. And that's what we're here for at this point in time, and hoping that they will give it their all, and then we'll be able to talk about the game and see what has happened between the two guys. But yes, good one for Joshua. He's just started now, and of course pretty soon we'll be taking you to live action where we'll be joined by the double doctor. He would talk about each round, and we'll be looking at the fight itself and talking about how both guys are squaring up to this, and what exactly is happening and how exciting it is, or how much chances we think our man has in the fight, or if we think that Usyk, of course, is still out there dominating, and if once again he would be that man to stop AJ from getting the belts this time.
Round one has already begun, and of course, so far so good. Usyk, of course, has been trying to throw AJ off. Typical. He's on his bike, trying to throw AJ off. He's tried the left hook. He's tried to graze Joshua, but of course, our man is doing his job. 09040,889, 09041,889 would be the numbers for you to call to be part of the conversation. The rematch, what of course holds. Well, a bit of a slight adjustment. Robert Garcia is in AJ's corner, but it is Angel Fernandez. He's the one doing the talking. And he's the one telling him, double up your jab. Find your rhythm. Galvanizing Anthony Joshua. It's Angel Fernandez doing that job. And well, the moment Angel Fernandez began to tell him that, AJ loosened up. Loosen up. Let the bout flow. Let the fight flow. Round one done and dusted. Round one done and dusted. The most telling shot at the end of the round did come from Oleksandr Usyk, snapping at AJ's head back. 09040,889, 09041,889. It's, of course, one round done and dusted. 1 of 12.
FJ, at this point in time, let's bring on the chairman CEO of Brila Media, the double doctor, of course, on the show this evening. He joins us at this point in time. Kochi, good evening and welcome. You're still up following the fight.
Yes, good evening. It's really tough here. When I say here, I mean where I'm watching from, not in Saudi Arabia. AJ came out very serious, but from the first bell, it was Usyk that started his feints and movements. And AJ did not come out aggressively. And so the first round, pure boxing purists will give to Usyk. But the second round, AJ has changed his tactics, and AJ is the one who has thrown the better punches in the second round. So let's see how it keeps going. First round, Usyk. Second round, looking more to go the way of AJ.
What are the early indications from the first round you've seen and the early parts of the second round so far?
Well, in the first round, AJ tried to box, and that was not what everybody was saying. Don't box with this guy. You fight. Leave this guy to box. And AJ has tweaked that style in the second half. The thing now is that he's still doing more of head hunting, whereas people are saying do body punching. He has changed a little in the second half. He has thrown in the second round. He has thrown more punches, and he's the one on the front foot in the second round. So clearly it's a 1-1 round for now.
Interesting one, of course, and it looks like this AJ has put proper preparation in place in order for him to have the edge in this fight, hopefully.
Yes, the coaches have done a good job on AJ, and the first round was just to size one another up, and the second round AJ mixed boxing and fighting. So he allowed his right hands go a few times in the second round. What do we want to say?
Interesting one, of course. We'll get back to you as quickly as possible, even as we'll be heading back to the phone lines to take more contributions. We've seen the first two rounds of this fight. Can this be a knockout, or you think this will go the whole 12 rounds? Okay, yes, we'll get back, of course, to join the chairman CEO of Brila Media as we are still looking at the fight between AJ and, yes, Oleksandr Usyk. Of course, it looks an interesting one, FJ. Early stages, of course, as far as this fight is concerned, but it looks like AJ is pretty much adapting to this. And maybe because he's actually lost a bit of weight, he pretty much appears to be flexible. And that, of course, could count for something as far as this one is concerned, especially in the second round where he had a go at the man and it's looking like, he might be out for something. A lot of people have said they expect AJ to go for a knockout. Probably that's why he's still head hunting and not going for the body. Who knows?
09040,889, 09041,889. 2 rounds done. And hey, it is AJ. It is Usyk. And, of course, movement. That's for the little man. That's what Evander Holyfield calls Usyk. He calls him the little man. This is the little guy. 78 inches, that is the reach of Oleksandr Usyk. 82 inches, the reach of Anthony Joshua. You definitely won't blame him for trying to get it sorted quickly. 09040,889, 09041,889. Hello.
Well done, bros.
Yes, good evening.
Well done, good evening. I'm Amidum from Kodu.
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, I believe AJ will win the fight. That's my belief. Because the first fight, he fought. I don't see anything that is no much beat in that fight. It's like AJ doesn't want to fight that guy in the first fight. So this match, I believe AJ will finish him before that 12.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much right there for getting on board. Says he feels that AJ will finish him before the 12th round. Doesn't see it going in the 12 rounds. Do you see it going in the 12 rounds? 09040,889, 09041,889. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. 09040,889, 09041,889. Get on board. Let's know your thoughts. Do you think this one will go the full 12 rounds? Of course, after the first 2 rounds for the double doctor, the Chairman CEO Brila Media, of course, it's split between the 2 men. 3rd round currently, of course, ongoing. Hello. Hello. Okay, try to get back in. We're still trying to test and see whether they'll take your call. Very interesting. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, this is Samuel on the line. Good evening. This is Samuel on the line.
Welcome, Samuel. Carry on.
Yes, I'm liking what I'm hearing from the ringside 1-1, but I feel this thing is going to end in a knockout. I don't think it's going to end. Joshua should just keep on giving him punches to the body everywhere, and I guess he's going to get the better of Usyk.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Right there. Just keep giving him them punches. He will get the better of Usyk. We'll link up with the German CEO, Brila Media, in a moment. Go, Doctor, that is. And of course, his thoughts on round 3 of the bout between Anthony Joshua and Oleksandr Usyk.
Okay, let's get back into it. Of course, we have with us once again the chairman CEO of Brila Media, Dr. Larry Zamuje. Coach, welcome back. First 3 rounds gone down as far as this fight is concerned. What are those things you've noticed about AJ in terms of what you think has improved this fight coming into this second bout?
Yeah, he has done a lot of head movements. He's doing a lot of head movements. His fight giving the man space. So the man is not able to just hit him freely. A few times, good shots have come in from Usyk, but AJ has also been good with counter-punching. And if you ask me, AJ is having a very, very good night so far.
That's interesting. Of course, if he's having a very good night, from the early indications, you think this can go 12 rounds?
And the way it's looking, this may be a 12-rounder, except anybody gasses out after the 6th. But AJ is really ready for this fight. And the man is moving a great deal. His head, his body, and AJ has tried 2 rough house practice so far by using the left hand to do the cupping to see if he can throw an uppercut. But twice the ref has been very, very sharp in telling AJ don't do that. Well, in terms of punches thrown, Usyk has thrown more punches and landed more, but AJ is doing very well, feinting and also moving his legs and fighting from the outside.
Could the movement of Usyk pose a problem for AJ like it did the last time? Because it appears that, it not being able to pin him to one place appears to be a major challenge for AJ.
Yes, it is beginning to be a problem, but AJ is calculating. You see, when we talked about this fight, we said he has to do PTA, and that means perfect timing. So you can be aggressive, but be perfect with your timing. And that's what AJ is doing so far. AJ is being very careful with his punches, being very economical with his punches, not wanting to keep himself open because this guy keeps dancing. One thing the guy is doing is that he keeps dancing towards the left leg of AJ, thereby rendering the right hand farther from his own body. So when AJ throws, AJ will miss and then he will counter. But AJ is being careful, knowing that that is the trick. And he likes feinting with the right hand, using the right hand as a lead. And AJ so far is not looking at that. But this round, he seems to be throwing more punches at AJ. And we just hope AJ is not gassing out.
Which means, in terms of, you just mentioned gassing out. It means stamina will be very important in a fight of this nature.
Definitely. As we go into the later rounds, the second half of the fight, stamina will be very, very key.
All right, Kochi, I would let you get back to the fight, and we'll get back to you as quickly as we can.
AJ has twice tried his uppercut and missed.
Yes. Okay.
Well, of course, 4 rounds in that particular bout. VQ the Volcano, AJ, and Usyk. Do you think this goes to 12 rounds? And of course, for you, and well, the double doctor also just mentioned it. What do you think? Of course, where do you think it goes from here?
Probably someone will pull something extraordinary. If we see that, then there is a chance that it may not last that long. Or if anyone gasses out in the course of the fight, we may not see it go that far. But so far, the two guys have shown that they are up for it. This is a better AJ as a fighter this time around. If there's anything in his kitty, we'll probably be seeing all of those. And let's not forget that we've seen him miss those, heavy ones, heavy punches He's missed it like twice now, and he's also missed another. Those knockout punches, of course, he's not been able to land them on his opponent tonight, and that, of course, would count for something. Probably if he's able to land one tonight, we would see a situation that might swing this fight in his favor. But I think as much as he's trying to do that, he's also got to be really, really careful and read it as much as possible. Fortunately for him tonight, it looks as if that is his strength a bit, his ability to read and be careful. Although Usyk has actually got to him once or twice. It looks like AJ is looking at the possibility of going for the audacious one that will just end this fight and put everything in his favor. Usyk has been sleek enough to have escaped all of that, and pretty much we'll see what this fight will bring. But I think Usyk is having a good time in terms of how things are going.
Endurance, the double doctor mentioned that going into the second round of the fight. What are your thoughts in terms of Joshua's endurance? Deontay Wilder said he doesn't think he can go 12 rounds.
Well, 12 rounds is a long one for a fight of this nature, and your stamina could actually determine a lot of that. And he's actually been doing a lot of work in terms of, he's lost weight coming into this fight. Of course, that would afford him the opportunity to be able to swing his body and move, and better carriage of the body, and then his movement will be better than it was in the last fight. But yes, I think if he's able to endure, he should be able to, have a good one. But maybe not just endure for the sake of not getting knocked out, and not just endure for the sake of enduring the entire 12 rounds. You must begin to pick those points in situations where the points will count. You want your endurance to also count for something at the end of the day.
09040,889, 09041,889. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
This is Alhaji Maruf calling you from Oshodi.
Location not needed, Alhaji Maruf. Carry on.
AJ is going to win this match. See, the first one, it was an arranging between the gamblers in respect of boxing all over the world. They do the arranging. I'm a sportsman. I played a very good table tennis. But on the other way around, gamblers, sponsors, and other things, they are behind the losing, the AJ lose the other time. Believe me sincerely, AJ is going to win this match.
Okay.
Either knockout or at the end of 12 rounds, AJ is going to claim all his bets back.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
I wish you success in the fight tonight.
And you too. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening. Good evening.
My name is J-Boy.
Welcome.
Yeah, I didn't see this match getting into 12 rounds. I probably believe that the match will end up somewhere, and I wish AJ the best that is going to. Maybe let's keep on watching and believe that AJ will come back to the game.
Okay.
But please, I want to ask for a favor, please.
Okay.
Outside the arena, I know you are not talking about football. Please, what is the...
When the game is over, don't worry. When the bout is over, 09040,889, 09041,889. For those, of course, who don't know, there was a timeout along the 2-minute mark into the 5th round. That timeout is over, and both men are back boxing. And of course, the 5th round is almost done and dusted. Once that is done and dusted, we will go to the German CEO Brila Media, Dr. Larry Zamoje, and of course, he'll take us closer to the action. And of course, his thoughts on the 5th round, 4th and 5th round, as far as this bout is concerned. Well, of course, waiting to see whether Joshua gets it right against Usyk. Not the strongest of starts from in the 5th round, but of course he's found it was his way through.
Okay, once again, we'll join Kochi tonight, and the 4th and the 5th round, interesting fight so far it has been. Kochi, your thoughts on this?
Well, Usyk is a man with a bag of tricks, and he's just beginning to show the tricks. In the 5th round, he did a lot of tricks, and at the stage, even did showboating. AJ also tried to introduce something, doing the body punching, but somehow he went too low, and Usyk complained about a low blow. Because the ref had to quickly stop them, AJ will be very careful throwing body shots now, because if he does it again or does it 2 more times, he will be cautioned. So if you ask me, the last round, give to Usyk. on my scorecard, 3-2, Usyk.
And let's look at AJ. Could it be that because he's the taller of the two fighters, it is harder for him to come down as much as possible and go for the body shots?
No, the problem is the leg work, the head work, the feints of Usyk. Usyk is supremely experienced, and he's not a stationary target. But AJ is doing well, and AJ is also not trying to be carefree, because with this kind of guy, you've got to be careful. So that is what we are saying. But let's see how it goes, because AJ seems to be doing well in this sixth round.
And it hasn't reached that point yet, apart from the fact that you talked about Usyk coming with a bag of tricks in this game. It hasn't reached that point yet where we are worried about the stamina of AJ.
No, AJ looks very well prepared for this fight, unlike his other fights. AJ looks very athletic, and the thing is just that his timing at times is what we are worried about. Again, because this guy is on his feet, and he keeps moving, so he's causing AJ to do a lot of misses. And AJ is being very tactical, not wanting to throw punches and miss. So that is what we are saying here. But so far so good. This sixth round, AJ is doing well.
How much of a disappointment is it that he's missed those power punches that would have given him some sort of advantage in this game so far?
Well, very disappointing, but again, when you are with a man like Usyk, you don't miss, because if you miss, he will make you pay.
Okay. All right, Kochi, we'll be joining you much later as the game continues. Yes, the fight, it is fight night. Oleksandr Usyk up against Anthony Joshua right there in Saudi Arabia. Yes, the big fight is currently going down, and it is the sixth round of 12.
09040,889, 09041,889. Hello, try to get back in. Right there, of course. The problems are not to get through. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
My name is Victor calling from Mushi.
Okay, Victor, location only. Carry on.
Win this fight.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Victor. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, Sam of Connect.
Okay, please, you're trying to hurt our ears when you don't want to hurt our ears. Calling again. Hello.
Samu, everyone.
Good evening, Fremont.
I almost greet you good morning now.
I understand. There's no need.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. FJ, this is the voice of Go United.
You're welcome.
Yeah, one caller just amazed me. I never wanted to call. I just said that maybe after the fight before we put on call. But the caller amazed me by saying the first fight was arranged. I never know where they do that kind of big fight like that with the job arranged. But let's see how it goes. But if I'm to predict the fight between the round of 10 to 12, winner with the match.
Okay.
Yeah, between the round 10 to 12, winner with the match.
Okay. No problem. Thank you very much.
I wish both of them all the best.
Obviously, it's obvious. Thank you very much. Right there for getting through. You wish both of them the best. Tony Bellew predicted AJ knockout between round 4 and 7. This is round 6, done and dusted. If nothing happens in round 7, then Tony Bellew. But hey, at this point in time, I'd quickly go to VQ the Volcano after 6 rounds and a couple of jabs, a couple of punches. But let's take this call. Hello. Okay, we couldn't take that one right there. Let's take this one here. Hello. Good evening. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening from Wow.
I'm calling from you.
Good evening. Okay, well, there you have it. 09040,889, 09041,889. That is the number to call to be part of the conversation. Perhaps a closer one than the first one. And of course, changing strategy and orthodox against southpaw. Always an interesting combination to look at as far as boxing bout is concerned. But get on board, let's take your thoughts. Hello. Hello. Good evening. What's your name? Okay, try to get back in right there. Your line is not permitting you. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes,
My
good
name
evening.
is Akinlulu.
You're welcome, Akinlulu.
I believe in AJ.
AJ is going to win this fight.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Right there for getting on board. Hello. Hello. Okay, it's not ready for us. Please, when you get on board, make sure you're jiggy and ready to go. Hello.
How are you, MJ?
Yes, good evening from
Adetunji on the line.
You're welcome, Adetunji.
Well, I believe AJ will win, but please, who won round 6?
Oh, yeah, don't worry. You'll get all that from the double doctor as well.
Yeah, please, I want to know. Please.
Don't worry. Of course, we'll go to the double doctor once round 7 is up. And, of course, you will get his analysis and his thoughts from the bout. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from moi.
Yeah, my name is Ajibola.
You're welcome, Ajibola.
Yeah. Please, I want to know who is leading right now.
Don't worry, you'll get that as well. But of course,
you cannot be taking us back to matches that were played today.
Who's leading?
Does it mean leading in the fight or leading in the match?
No, I think it means leading in the bout.
Because you can't tell.
You can't tell. I mean,
because we are not the judges. We will have our own personal opinions.
You have your own scorecard.
Everyone would have
your own,
but you just will be the one to determine.
No, obviously, your unlicensed
or a knockdown, or a knockdown could determine
yes
at least how the fight is going to go. Or if it was like the first bout where Usyk outclassed AJ, I think if AJ had fought like this against Usyk, champion's advantage, he might still be the champion, and we probably would have been looking for a Fury rematch or perhaps another mandatory challenger to have faced AJ.
Well, actually, I've been looking at the Fury match.
It would be a Fury bout, actually. Let's see how it goes. 7 rounds done. Really been a tough, close heavyweight bout.
Well, of course, we're going to go back to VQ the Volcano and, of course, go to the double doctor, Chairman CEO, Brila Media, Dr. Larry Zamoje, and, of course, give us his thoughts on the 7th round of the bout. 7 rounds done, dusted.
Okay, let's get back. Coachy, 7 rounds done and dusted, and your assessment.
Usyk is a trickster. He is on his foot. He has seized the momentum. Usyk is the one dictating the pace. He is the one firing from all cylinders. And so far, Usyk has won on my own cards 5 of the 7 rounds because this last round he clearly won. So AJ has been throwing fewer punches and he's been reacting to what Usyk is doing. So he's got to do something different. Yes, body punches is improved, but he's not throwing. He's not allowing his left hand go. The right and left should go. He should take some more risks because we are getting into the tougher rounds of this fight.
So by that you mean he's too careful?
Yeah, he's just calculating. He doesn't want to make mistakes, but the fight is going on. Rounds are going on.
Perhaps
so
not
we're becoming very worried.
Perhaps not wanting to make mistake is a mistake in itself because as far as this fight is concerned.
Usyk is faster. Usyk uses both hands more. Usyk's leg work is more graceful. His head work deserves more praise. And AJ has just been waiting to pin him down, but this is one man you can't pin down. Rather, he's the one dictating the pace, knowing when to move in and when to move out. He's got a bag of tricks, but who knows, he might miss it once, and AJ will just get him.
Could that be something that AJ can make happen, or you think it's just going to be maybe by sheer luck? Because he's had those punches that he has missed a couple of times now.
Yes, they have both been missing, but he has been the one clocking AJ more. But again, not with very deft punches, but his jabs have been better.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that one. The 7th round done and dusted. We're in the 8th round right now. And maybe AJ, of course, needs to show a thing or two that could give him an advantage in this fight.
Yes, AJ is doing a lot more body punches now, hoping that will slow him more so that AJ can now head on.
All right. That could offer him some advantage to do something in this fight. Well, going for the body now. With 4 more rounds to go, of course, these are decisive decisions you want to take in a fight of this nature that could give you some sort of advantage. So good one, sir.
Well, of course, let's quickly let you know. Terence Crawford has been echoing the sentiments of the double doctor. Yes, he's been telling him, stop getting hit with the left to the body. Stop getting hit. Stop getting hit with the left to the body. The advice from Terence Crawford to Anthony Joshua. Anthony Oluwafemi Joshua, stop getting hit with the left to the body. Angel Fernandez, scream at your man. Tell him, hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
Matthew.
Welcome, Matthew. Carry on.
AJ will love the match.
You will love it.
FG.
Yes.
Thank God I'm not fighting. Thank God I'm in the studio. I'm talking. It's me and Vicky and Josh. We are the ones that are covering the bouts. We are bringing you reports. And double doctor, thank God I'm not fighting. You want them to fight and punch my chin that I'm managing. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
My name is Alex. I'm calling from Surulere.
Okay, welcome, Alex.
My honest opinion is that AJ lacks the technical expertise to outbox and outwit Usyk. As a strong boxing fanatic, I strongly believe that he should employ the services of Kevin Rooney, hire Mike Tyson's former trainer. The stronger your trainer, the better your chances as a boxer to excel in your field of endeavor. Anything short of that will spell disaster for Anthony Joshua. Smart money, Usyk to win is standard convincing fashion. Good night, sir.
Thank you very much. Right there for getting on board. Right here. Round 8 done and dusted. And hey, we'll go to the chairman, CEO of Brila Media, Dr. Larry Izamoje, the double doctor, in a moment. But hey, the AJ did finish round 8 strongly. Couple of body shots. Will they come in handy? Usyk wasn't sleeping either. But hey, VQ the volcano, 8 rounds done and dusted.
Well, good one, and let's hope he becomes really decisive in situations of this kind where the punches are coming really quick. And I like the fact that he still has stamina going for him. He has spring on his heels and is still in for the fight, and psychologically he's not out of it just yet. So yes, as long as you're not out of it psychologically and what is happening in the ring, then you still have a good chance. So let's see what the opportunity would be for him to see how he claws himself back into this fight and how things will look for him. But so far, it's not the kind of fight you want to say that he's having it too easily, because the man is really troubling him with the movements. Although he's catching up, but not looking too good for him at all in terms of the points that Usyk is winning. If you look at it, round by round points that he's earning over AJ, that could actually swing the fight in favor of Usyk more than it will do to AJ by the time the judges will announce the end result of the fight. But I think it's been a good fight from AJ, who has actually come out doing a lot for himself as far as this latter rounds are concerned.
Well, of course, Peter Fury, the uncle of Tyson Fury, says AJ is saving something for later. Says because the way he's boxing, it seems like he's saving something for later, and he has to use that thing that he's saving now. Use it now. This is round 9 of 12. Peter Fury says Usyk can read the hands of Anthony Joshua. Says it's pretty obvious. 09040,889, 09041,889. Peter Fury has always been a fan of Oleksandr Usyk. I've known that for a while. He's never hid the fact that he thinks Oleksandr Usyk is a top dog. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, good evening from where? What's your name?
Vincent.
You're welcome, Vincent.
Yeah, please, I want to know who's leading between Usyk and Joshua.
Don't worry, you'll get that, of course, when we go through across to the double doctor. We'll do that in a moment as well. 9 rounds of 12. Anthony Joshua, where's the technical knockout? Sorry, where's the knockout punch you owe me? I want a knockout. Hello, good evening. Yes, good evening from where?
Friday.
You're welcome, Friday.
Yes, Joshua will win.
Okay, amen.
At 11.
Okay, round 11.
Yes.
Okay, he seems like a prophet.
Good luck to him.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
Yeah, Nkem.
You're welcome, Nkem.
AJ has lost the fight.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, no problem. Thank you very much, Nkem. Yes, of course, we'll go to the chairman, CEO Brila Media, Dr. Larry Zamoje, the double doctor. So, of course, give us his thoughts right now. 9 rounds already done and dusted, and we're going into the championship rounds at this point in time.
All right, Kochi, we're going to the championship rounds at this point in time. We saw a 9th round where AJ, of course, was the main man, and Usyk was almost there for the taking. It just didn't happen for AJ once again.
Yes, because Usyk kept moving, but AJ threw his left and right, and AJ turned the fighter. The aggression we were all expecting in the first 6 rounds, he has started showing. Let's just hope he will not gap out. AJ won the last 2 rounds. AJ has been doing very well, and now it's very, very close to call because the way it is now is just 1 round separating blockbuster.
And at some point in the 9th round, it looked as if Usyk was a bit out of sort, and AJ just didn't capitalize. Could it mean that his ability to endure beyond those places where people noted to be his weakness, not being...
AJ has to work on his combinations. He's a one-punch fighter, and except he ties you to the ropes, he's not able to throw his punches in bunches. And so now we've entered the real rounds. We play AJ has not got himself out in the last round, because Usyk seems to have raised this game in this 10th round.
Interesting one, of course, but the fight is still very much...
Usyk has raised this game.
Pretty much so, pretty much so. Yeah. AJ's got to respond here, you think?
Because what he spent so much energy in the last round. AJ spent too much energy in the last round. And so AJ stamina has always been the problem. Stamina has been the problem. Something has to happen now. AJ has to throw in his best left and right combos.
All right.
This is when we say die, man, die. This is the moment, die, man, die.
All right. Kochi, thank you so much. We'll try to get back as quickly as we can.
Joshua's locked in. One more punch and Usyk will go down. One good punch.
He has rocked in, but he's not going for the kill. That's just the problem. Even in the 9th round, Usyk was there for the taking.
Yeah, because Usyk gives him too many angles. So AJ is not able to see the angles. Usyk moves too much, but the body work that AJ did in the 9th round slowed Usyk down a little. So Usyk, it's now a fight for anybody really. But Usyk seems to be calculating and getting more than AJ.
Okay. Unfortunately, he didn't continue in the combination after rocking Usyk at some point, and that appears to be Usyk having a bit of a lifeline in this fight again. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I was going to go to that and ask both of you and Josh, about the fact that AJ has not been able to follow through, especially when he looks like he was gonna make a good combination of his punches.
Well, I think AJ, I think that's what his trainers, people in his corner, would need to tell him to follow through. Sometimes I think you have to, gamble it. You have to risk it all. AJ is finally imposing his will. He's finally, you could probably say, doing the dirty tactics of boxing, wrestling him, grabbing him, trying to use his bigger frame to outweigh the smaller man. And if AJ continues doing that and continues retaining the pressure that he is giving to Usyk, but right now it's just sad because I think AJ needs to also work on his defense. Because in as much as you are a power puncher, you also need to know how to work on your defense and not receive as much punches as you should receive. And if AJ can probably learn that in the next 2 rounds and avoid punches, because it's not just about him being the aggressor. Usyk is also being an aggressor as well. Usyk is also coming for a fight. So Floyd Mayweather would punch you, but he would dodge your punch. Floyd Mayweather would hit you, but he will be able to dodge when you're trying to rush him, when you're trying to give him a barrage of punches and jabs. So if AJ can learn to at least wobble his head better, not just to be absorbing the punches, to wait for that final punch. It's not about him going to be knocked down or knocked out. He needs to make sure that it's not just about trying to get that final punch. You also need to be hitting your opponent, whether it's with the inverted punches, inverted jabs, or even the little uppercut. At least connect with the little jabs. You don't need to wait for that final main punch. AJ is waiting on his knockout punch so much that Usyk will be scoring little points. This is like hitting the fight.
Yeah.
This is like hitting the crossbar. You're waiting for an open net when you should at least be putting the pressure on the goal. That's what AJ needs to do. He needs to put the pressure. He needs to stop waiting for that final knockout punch, and because it's only 2 rounds left.
Well, of course, 09040,889, 09041,889. VQ the volcano. Will AJ erupt like a volcano at some point in this last 2 rounds?
It's hard to see that now. I think the judges will determine. But he might have something up in his kitty. You also do not want to rule out some of these things sometimes. But
It happens in combat sports.
Yeah, he does. Yes, it does. And unfortunately, we've not seen a bit of those tricks that could probably sell out the other man or distract the other man. And in cases where he's gone for the sort of punches that have rocked Usyk, he's not followed up with the combination that could destabilize the man and probably see him hit the canvas. So yes, it's hard for anyone to say that AJ is going to come up with all of that. And his defense has not also helped a great deal. And I think that's where the man would have gathered those points today from what the judges will be rating as far as this fight is concerned, to say that Usyk, of course, would once again go on and retain this. But AJ, of course, has had a good opportunity to get something out of this fight. But I think these are just aspects of his game that he would need to learn. He's too much of... I don't want to sound too cliched, but he's too much of a gentleman fighter. He needs to enjoy taking punches and know how to respond, almost in equal measure. And then we can begin to see a different AJ. But yes, he's gone on. We've seen the misses for too long, and one is not too sure if he's actually ever going to land one today, because he's that man who's waiting for a big one. And that's where Usyk, of course, Usyk is not giving him any chance at all to land any. And if that is the strategy, because you're waiting to have that big hand, like we've seen in the case of Deontay Wilder, who's always waiting for that big hand to land it, and then you will have no chance at him, then it becomes really, really difficult to see how AJ is going to get back into this fight.
09040,889, 09041,889. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
What's your name?
Yeah. Kendi.
Go on, Kendi.
Yeah, so you see, one of the problems that Joshua have always had is poor footwork. I think that if Joshua, managed to improve on his footwork for a long time, by now he would have won this match, because that's the only reason why Usyk is still standing. If he had been able to match Usyk's footwork, he would have been able to catch up with him on time and hit him with that sucker punch. But because he doesn't have that, for example, that's why Fury is probably the best heavyweight boxer in the world. He's got everything. He's got it all. He's got a great footwork. There's no way Usyk could have escaped. Now I think we're fighting Fury without being out in round 5 or so, because Fury would have followed him everywhere he goes and would have given him that punch, and he would have been out. Usyk has not done anything. I think that if Usyk came in here thinking that I've made the old Joshua, I think I've been a bit surprised by how much Joshua have improved. Notwithstanding, Joshua in the 11th round needs to get that punch out, needs to go all out. If he loses in 11 rounds, he has tried, because he has been much more better than the first match. So he needs to go out now, look for that punch. He needs to get that punch once or twice. He's going to get Usyk. He needs it now. He doesn't have to wait till the 12th round, because by the 12th round, Usyk will be doing, I don't know what to call it now, passing the ball. Exactly. So Joshua is not going to get to him in round 12. So he needs to do it now. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much. It's round 11 is over. That's the thing. We're now going to the 12th round, the final round of the bout. That's where we're headed at this point in time. So, of course, we'll be going to the German CEO Brila Media in just a moment. 09040,889, 09041,889. But hey, the 12th round is where we are headed for. right now in Saudi Arabia, the rage on the Red Sea.
Okay, yes. Kochi.
If AJ fails to knock him out in this round, AJ has lost. Quote me, Larry Zamoje. If AJ fails to knock this guy out, AJ has lost. If AJ fails to knock him out in this last round, AJ has lost. If AJ fails to knock him out, AJ has lost.
But he appears to be gassing out as well.
This guy's footwork is the problem. His head movements. And then he's able to throw punches in bunches. AJ throws just one and leaves. AJ's best round was the 9th. He should have done what he did in round 9 from the 1st to the 6th. AJ looks slightly gassed out. And it's just determination carrying AJ. And this guy is a warrior. AJ got him. And if AJ fails to knock this guy out, AJ is out. Even if AJ wins this round, AJ still will not win this fight. So AJ has to knock him out. Victor, what a fight.
Indeed, what a fight.
Yes.
And this man is... You talked about his streaks, and that appears to be a strength for him, rather than it's hard for anybody to take advantage of this from what we have seen in this fight.
Yes, because you don't see him. You don't punch who you don't see. So that's what has happened here. And then he's too fast. When you miss, it makes you pay. And AJ is completely gassed out now. And AJ is just depending on Sherlock. AJ is completely gassed out. And they're trying all rough house approach. He should have put weight on this man from the first round. He should have gone more to the body from the first round.
So these were things he left a little too late.
He left it too late. If AJ fails to knock this guy out, I agree. Usyk is a better boxer. Too many tricks in the bag. This Usyk. AJ will confess it. That he met a guy who is indeed better. Patriotism we have, but truth we must tell. This is a better man in boxing.
Interesting. And of course, the final round, as far as this fight is concerned, it's been a long 12 rounds and some 25 seconds to go. Maybe a knockout is still possible if there's a chance that we could see that tonight in this game.
Except you knock him flat and he fails to get up. But it is not possible. AJ is tired. It's all over. Usyk has won again. Usyk has won again. Even AJ knows.
Wow. Well,
Usyk can still do 2 or 3 more rounds. AJ can do 1 more round.
Yeah, it appears so.
And I think, yes. AJ has also gone to the center, I think, to congratulate him.
So yes, fight is over. AJ, of course, we might say that he's worked on his stamina, but the punch is still a problem.
Yes, he worked on the stamina, tried to work on the body, but he did not know how to cage him to a corner. You see, in boxing, you've got to cut off the ring. AJ did not cut off the ring. AJ did not allow his hands go for 11 or 12 rounds, except round 9. AJ did not bully him until the 11th and 12th round. You use your weight on him. We can see so many flaws. In any case, let's hail our man. But again, let's give it to Usyk. Better boxer.
Fantastic fight we've seen, and stamina, of course, determined a whole lot. AJ might have improved on that front, but Usyk has turned out once again to be the better fighter in this situation.
Yes. The last round was even won by Usyk. He knows how to throw his combos. He gives you the right, he follows with the left. AJ only throws the right. And so he outlanded AJ. Was better with the leg work and everything. Where AJ goes from here, we can't really tell. But the whole world will be very surprised if this is ruled a draw or if they say AJ won.
Okay, let's quickly look at some of the things that you think has gone well as far as this fight is concerned, especially when you consider the fact that you suggested that AJ probably should have, from the 1st to the 6th round, gone for the body. Would he have been able to sustain the stamina required for such a fight? Wouldn't he have gassed out much earlier?
It would have been good to go for the... It would have been good. to go for the body from the very first round, so that by the third or fourth round, you start tiring him out. And if by the fifth, sixth, you don't get your knockout and he knocks you out, no problem. It is still the same loss at the end of the day. So the strategy was not well applied. But I think when he did the low blow, that was in the fifth round, and the ref separated them. The ref knew at that point. And if you know good ref, they would have told AJ next time I deduct the points. Without even telling him, we just tell him, I saw you. So I think that also affected AJ. But man, this guy is supreme. This guy is better. This guy is prime beyond his years. Like I always say, seasoned beyond his years. Wonderful guy. AJ is even holding his own flag before AJ is raising the Ukrainian flag before the result is announced. That is to tell you how humiliated AJ has been.
Unfortunately for him. But what does the future of boxing hold for a man like AJ? What does this mean for him? Where does he go from here?
Well, it may be he's doing what he's doing to support the Ukrainians who are at war. AJ is always a nice guy. Nice guy. And nice guys don't win such fights. He should not have done what he's doing now. If you beat me and I can't get my belt, go with your flag.
Might this be because of the sympathy towards the Ukrainians and what has befallen them in the last couple of months?
Yeah, the results have been announced.
But yes, Kochi, before the results will come in, what does this mean for AJ at the very top of boxing right now? Because he doesn't seem like that guy who can attract the big fights anymore now.
He has to start. He has to go back home, heal himself, see his doctors, be sure that there's no injury. Usyk has clearly won. It's been announced. It's a split, but I don't know what that other ref saw because some people judge because of sentiment. I tell you this, it should have been a unanimous decision because it was in a way a one-way fight, particularly from the sixth round. Indeed, the first few rounds, even the opening rounds, it was Usyk. AJ did not really show us anything. You know, at times when some refs see some fights, they will tell some boxers inside the ring, show me something. AJ did not show us what we were expecting. I feel slightly disappointed. But again, we thank God, both men are hale and happy. They can go and enjoy their billions. It's converted to Naira.
Wonderful. Kochi, once again, thank you so much for, of course...
This guy knows AJ's pin code.
He obviously does.
He knows AJ's pin code.
And should there be another fight in the future, it looks like the psychological edge, he has ended now.
I don't think he would want to fight AJ anymore because most times when you do number 2 on someone, you don't want to go and do number 3. Except one ends in a draw, and then you want to say, okay, like we had between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. And then when you beat him once, there's okay, 1 victory, 1 draw, can we do the third? So that's how it normally goes in the fistic trade. This time AJ would have to go down the pecking order, find himself around the likes of Dillian White, Illinois, and Konaki, some names you've not heard before, Jali Miller, and all those names. He loses it now from the elite class or elite class of boxing. No longer in the bracket where you find Tyson Fury. You see, when people who have been in this business talk, you will know where this fight will, how it will go. Deontay Wilder said it twice. He even spoke yesterday. This will go to Usyk. Tyson Fury said this will go to Usyk. Mike Tyson said this will go to Usyk. Those who kept saying it will go to AJ were mainly people who reside in the UK. Some of us in Nigeria because of the Nigerian passport. And so you've got to mix nationalism with patriotism, and then you now come out and say, let professionalism die a little. But at times, the truth must be told. And if you listen to Music and Sports Special this morning, I started with what the greats said before going to what those in the UK said.
Of course, this doesn't look too good for him. a split decision makes it look good, even though, in your opinion, you don't think it was anything close.
No, it was not. It was not a close fight. Not the type we expected.
All right, of course, still talking about it tonight as far as the fight is concerned. Yes, the rage on the Red Sea. And once again, Kochi, as far as boxing is concerned, Saudi Arabia appears to be attracting some of the big fights now. And really, something really interesting coming from that part of the world as far as boxing is concerned. Of course, FJ, it's been another one. Usyk retains the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF heavyweight titles by split decision. Oleksandr Usyk has retained the WBA, the WBO, and the IBF heavyweight titles with a 12-round split decision over Anthony Joshua. Ringside judges talking about Victor Pacheco. He says 116 points to 112. Steve Gray says 115 to 113 scored for Usyk, while Glenn Feldman says 115 to 113 had it for Joshua. Yes, of course, it has ended, and the rage of the Red Sea, this guy's once again doling out the money and attracting the world and the big fights to Saudi Arabia.
09040,889, 09041,889, and of course that was VQ the Volcano. He just spoke with the double doctor, Chairman CEO Brila Media, Dr. Larry Zamoje. Oleksandr Usyk retaining the belts by split decision, and a bit of a drama that ensued post-fight where AJ actually threw, he flung two of the belts, flung them on the ring, and of course whatever it is that caused that, we're sort of giving a speech now, but let's take your calls. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening from where? What's your name?
My name is Musa.
You're welcome, Musa. Carry on.
First of all, I want to congratulate Usyk on this week.
Go on.
And this also to keep Joshua to put my foot on his boxing career. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Right there for getting on board. So apparently Anthony Joshua's furious at the decision. Hello.
Wow, what was he expecting?
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Abdul. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good morning. Good morning.
Oh, sorry, good morning.
Yeah. Baba Judy Drew Baba.
You've been waiting to say good morning because you know it's morning that you used to greeting me on. Go on.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. We are doing good. We're doing good.
Yeah. I saw this fight coming, favoring Oleksandr Usyk, and I particularly did not call to talk about this fight for close to, when the heat is about to come in, especially this week, and then this morning when Double Doctor was having his program. My mind cannot deceive me. But the truth of the matter is, I don't know, AJ is always a slower pugilist. He's always slow in his starting. And then Usyk from nowhere, just took everything away from him. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's bitter to say so, but it's the end of the career. He can't really attract those big names anymore. Fury will never fight. Even what's it called, Deontay Wilder, he will not want to come for AJ. And then just like AJ, look at Andy Ruiz is also fighting on the 4th next month. So you could go and check who is fighting. So AJ has not really done well, especially from the very first day he lost to Andy Ruiz. I mean, this guy was not really that heavyweight puncher. And I beg to disagree, honestly speaking. AJ being in that category of heavyweight, I doubt it. We must always sentimental because he came from us. He's a Nigerian, but if you look at it critically, you can't be a pound for pound and you'll be so lazy or so afraid of throwing punches upon punches, or just like the big doctor will say, bunches of punches, or it's not like that. A boxer can't be lazy. It's so unfortunate, but congratulations to the Ukrainian man, and let's see how it goes from there. Maybe the unification will come up or not. But it's so painful. Even from the betting angle, you see all the whole odds was favoring Usyk. So it's just so unfortunate. But
there's nothing we could do. We wish Kamaru Usman all the best. I hope he will not also underrate that his opponent.
Not Kamaru, please. You should know Kamaru Usman better.
Please. I know, but this was the same thing we were saying when AJ was going for Liu Junior.
No, that was not what we're saying. No,
I wish Usman all the best. I know boxing is different from the UFC martial art, but let's see how it goes after 4:30, 5 o'clock to 6 a.m. in the morning.
No problem. Thank you very much. Right there. If you say Israel Adesanya, I will agree with you. But you see Kamaru Usman, that man means business. By the way, the blowback that happened after the fight. So AJ reportedly asked Usyk after the fight, "You're not that skilled. How did you beat me?" And then also he went on to explain that his 18 stone size has made it difficult for him to be a 12-round fighter, and that he's a knockout artist. So he's just kind of gone on a WWE promo and sort of reacted WWE style. Josh knows one of a thing or two about reacting WWE style. And Deontay Wilder has already spoken. It's barely seconds after the fight. Deontay Wilder's reacted, and he tweeted, he says, "They tried to lock me in for insurance because they knew he wasn't going to win. This is strictly a business, not a sport. There is a difference." Deontay Wilder reacting quickly to the downfall of Anthony Joshua.
Well, I think both AJ
I want to see a fight between the two of them.
They are definitely going to fight. They have to. It's in the cards. It's in the making. Where AJ goes from here, he's facing a Deontay Wilder. He's facing a Robert Helenius. Deontay Wilder is facing Helenius next month. October. Next month is Andy Ruiz against Ortiz. So it's AJ against the other people who you could probably say are pretenders in division, because it's all about Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk now. Everyone else, except if AJ wants to retire, but everyone else needs to beat everyone else in order to have a chance to face who might be undisputed, because that's what it's looking like.
Tyson anyway.
That's what it's looking like.
Because that's the only undisputed I know.
Tyson versus Usyk. If Fury actually decides to come back because he retires like Conor McGregor, those gypsy family people could be very erratic, but that's the beauty of
the Floyd money where Mayweather scammed us a bit too.
Retired and come back into the sport. So he's facing Robert Helenius from Finland. Yes, Otto Wallin, great guy, only lost to Tyson Fury. In fact, it was a very close call. Yes, Fury won by unanimous decision, but Fury was bloodied in that bout. Dylan White feigned injury. I would say he feigned injury. Ran away from Otto Wallin because he didn't want to lose his number one contender spot and the big money that would come with it. And he finally got his big money match and was beaten soundly by Tyson Fury. Derek Chisora is also there. He was in the corner of AJ as well in this bout, also a British boxer. There are lots of guys still out there for Anthony Joshua. Maybe not world championship, but 2-3 consecutive victories for AJ, dominant victories for AJ. He definitely will get himself back in the world title picture, especially if he's going to be fighting perhaps the WBC champion. If the belts haven't been unified, perhaps if the champion is in Usyk and Usyk has lost his contractual rematch to whoever the new champion is, perhaps if Deontay Wilder can't beat Robert Helenius, maybe he would say, okay, it's high time for me to take on Usyk. And if he takes on Usyk,
I think he might beat Usyk actually.
If he beats Usyk, then he could probably say, okay, maybe I'll go for my WBC belt again. But it's boxing. You always have a chance to come back. It's life. You always have a chance to come back. Brando Moreno has fought for the UFC flyweight title before he lost. He came back to the big dance 5 years later, got a split draw, and then finally won the title the next year. He lost it again, and he finally won the interim title again. So you never give up in this life. It was a sad day for AJ. He didn't impose himself on. In fact, the gentleman, fresh boy, sleeky, sexy boxer, Mr. Money, Mr. Dumb Dirty boxer. He actually was dirty in this bout, but he was dirty too late. Yeah. He was dirty too late. If he started his 9th round in the first round or even in the second round, if he had gambled a bit more, if he had thrown it all, thrown the kitchen sink at Usyk, perhaps he would have gotten that punch that he needed. Usyk bled in this bout. So it was not just about Usyk outboxing him. Usyk was also wobbly, but AJ did not follow through. AJ did not give him that killer punch. And that's what AJ needs to learn. Eddie Hearn is a man who's going to be smiling because he's the promoter of both fighters. So he doesn't care. It's all about business to him. He needs his money. He's getting his paper.
Yeah.
And he still has the unified champion in his corner. So it's going to be Eddie Hearn versus Frank Warren if they're going to be doing the unification bout as well. It's going to be massive. Usyk versus Fury. Everyone is betting that Fury is going to win. Even me myself, I would say Fury is the favorite, but I still think that we shouldn't count out Oleksandr Usyk undefeated versus undefeated for the undisputed title. I think that is what the whole boxing community needs to see happen right about now.
Well, of course, that is the match right now. It is Oleksandr Usyk retaining the titles. Retains it. Retains the WBA, IBF, WBO, IBO, and Ring Magazine titles. And of course, AJ stealing his shine. And of course, for those who are wondering what AJ said, I'll give you a quick short one in terms of a recap. He said, I'm not a 12-round fighter. Look at me. I'm a new breed of heavyweights. Mike Tyson, Sonny Liston, Jack Dempsey. You don't throw combinations like Rocky Marciano. I am 18 stone. I am heavy. It's hard work. This guy here is a phenomenal talent. We're going to have to cheer him 3 times. So he took the microphone to give a ode. To give an ode to Usyk. When you get beat like that, you have to give an ode to the person that beat you. But hey, that's the size and how much, of course, we could take. It's Usyk and Joshua II. Yes, of course, just gone by. The rage on the Red Sea. And, of course, Anthony did sink this time. Not so good in terms of his pilotship. It's Usyk, of course, who reigns supreme and navigates the seas and is the king on the Red Sea. Well, of course, we'll be back bright and early. I'm not going that way,
It
bro.
was a split decision.
Split, exactly. So he didn't party. It was split. So yes, of course, that's the much. We'll be back bright and early. Sports Radio. Signing out. Off it.